Every great story has a beginning. For the Odyssey, most people think it begins with Odysseus trying to find his way home. It doesn't. It begins years earlier at a wedding where one guest wasn't invited. That single decision would set off a chain of events leading to one of the most famous wars in history, the fall of a legendary city, and eventually, the journey of Odysseus himself. But before we get there, we need to understand the world where this story unfolded. Nearly 3,000 years ago, Greece wasn't a single nation. It was made up of dozens of independent kingdoms. Each had its own king, its own army, and its own ambitions. Sometimes they traded with each other. Sometimes they fought each other. But despite their rivalries, they shared the same language, culture, and gods. Across the Aegean Sea stood the city of Troy. Troy wasn't just another wealthy kingdom. It occupied one of the most valuable locations in the ancient world. It overlooked the narrow passage connecting the Aegean Sea to the Black Sea, allowing it to control one of the busiest trade routes of its time. Merchants carrying metals, grain, timber, and other valuable goods sailed past its shores, making Troy rich and strategically important. Whether the Trojan War happened exactly as the ancient poets described is still debated. Archaeologists have uncovered the ruins of a real city where Troy once stood, and one layer shows evidence of a violent destruction during the Late Bronze Age. But the story passed down to us comes from Greek mythology and epic poetry, where history and legend are woven together. And like many Greek myths, this one begins not with kings or soldiers, but with the gods. The occasion was the wedding of Peleus, a mortal king, and Thetis, a sea goddess. It was no ordinary marriage. According to Greek mythology, Zeus himself had once considered marrying Thetis, but a prophecy warned that her son would become greater than his father. Unwilling to risk creating someone more powerful than himself, Zeus arranged for Thetis to marry a mortal instead. That future son would one day become the greatest warrior in Greece, Achilles. The wedding became a celebration unlike any other. Gods, goddesses, kings, and heroes gathered to witness the union. Almost everyone was invited. Almost. One goddess was deliberately left out. Her name was Eris, the goddess of discord and conflict. Insulted by the exclusion, Eris didn't storm into the celebration or demand an explanation. Instead, she walked in quietly, carrying a single golden apple. Without saying a word, she threw it into the middle of the gathering. Carved into the apple were 3 simple words. At first, it looked harmless. Then, 3 goddesses stepped forward. Hera, queen of the gods, Athena, goddess of wisdom and war, and Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. Each claimed the apple belonged to her. The celebration quickly turned into an argument that even Zeus refused to settle. Choosing one goddess meant offending the other 2, and even the king of the gods wanted no part in that. So Zeus made an unexpected decision. Instead of judging the contest himself, he chose a mortal, a young prince from the city of Troy. His name was Paris, and without realizing it, he was about to make the decision that would change the course of history forever.